Yo, what is good, everybody? It's Dustin from Kicks here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a real versus fake on the Jordan 4 Taupe Haze. Let's go ahead and check them out. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to check out is the box. Left being the rep box from Haha Style. Right here, I'll put all the information and their links and all that stuff, and even a cool little discount code for you so you can check them out. And on the right is the retail straight from Sneakers app I've had for I don't know how many years since they've released. First thing you'll notice straight away is the top part, the little cement splatter or whatever you want to call it, is much easier to see on the retail than on the rep one. The rep one doesn't stand out near as much. You can see it still, but you have to look a little closer. As far as the font and the Jumpman and all that, same goes there. Something they did get right even was the size of the box. Length and width and height, everything is the exact same, which is something they do tend to mess up on a lot of releases for some reason. Looking at materials, they both seem to be pretty similar. You have the cracked up here, as well as you can see the tongue. Obviously, this is something that's going to vary. Not every pair is going to have the same amount of cracking. Some's going to have more, some's going to have less. On this rep pair, it definitely has more. You can see of that cracking effect, the aged effect. I don't know what you guys want to call it. You have the black matte rubber wing and the winglets as well. You can see this part is a nice taupe, obviously. Suede, it does look to be the exact same color. They got that pretty well matched. You can see the cages also look to be the same shape, and they look to be the exact same color with a little black mesh underneath, and then taupe to be the actual color for the cage. You can see right here, there's a little bit more cracking. Obviously, the midsole, not too hard to get correct. It's just black right here, and then it comes into a straight clean white color with the air bubble right there in white under that. We'll flip these around, still on the lateral side, but this time you can see a little bit more of the toe box. The shape seems to be the same. Once again, a little bit more cracking on the rep pair than the retail pair. It is a little smoother, but again, this is something that definitely varies. You still see the stars right there on the outsole, as well as the black right here on the midsole. Switching over to the outsoles, bottom is going to be the rep pair, top is going to be the retail pair. You can see they have the same set of colors, the black, then it meets the bright infrared, and then the white right here with the infrared Jumpman logo right there in the center. Nothing you can really say. The depth of the pattern and everything on the outsole looks to be the same rep and retail. Coming over to the toe box, you can see the cage right here on the retail pair is actually a little more warped than the much cleaner one, in my opinion, of the rep one here on the right. You have the toe box suede, both seems to be the same material, same color, matches pretty well. Moving on up to the tongues, the rep pair you can see is much more cracked than the retail pair here on the left. The tag itself looks to be the same taupe color, and then infrared Jumpman with flight in black. Obviously, we know Jumpmans can vary a little bit on thickness. We've seen retail pairs with fat Jumpman, but this seems to be pretty spot on to each other. Coming over to the inside of the shoes, where you'll see the insoles and everything like that, you have the black mesh sock liner. Both seem to be the same thickness. Nothing I can really call it there. Both of them have the infrared insole with the Jumpman logo right there in black. You can also see both of them. Some people argue with me sometimes on this. I'm not sure why. Both come with the men's size 12 tag, or whatever size you are, but both have that. Some people tell me that reps do come with it or don't come with it, and vice versa on retails. I don't know why it's an argument. I have plenty of retails and reps, and most of them, if not all of them, come with that tag. You can also see inside right there, the tongue thickness seems to be the same, and then you have the little upside down black stitched in tag with Air Jordan right there in infrared. Come over to the back side, you have the matte black for the heel tab, both of them pretty damn sturdy. you have the taupe for the color of the Jumpman logo right there on the heel. I will say the retail one, in my opinion, looks a lot skinnier than I'm used to seeing, but in this case, it is a little skinnier than the one on the left. Just like the tongue tag, it does vary just a bit. You can see the cut right here is pretty clean on both, and the suede seems to be the same color and texture on both rep and retail. You can see a little, I want to say glue marks maybe on the retail, not 100% sure, but Nike quality, you know what you get. Come over to the medial side. Once again, you'll see that texture that they have, the cracked effect that they use. It's a little more apparent on the rep than the retail. Again, this is something that varies. You still have the black wings and winglets. You'll see the side cages. The retail one here on the left is a little more warped than the one on the rep one right here. It is much cleaner in my opinion. You can see it doesn't puff out or bunch out, which is a lot of the times some people kind of get on to reps about that, but it definitely happens on retails as well. You still have that nice taupe suede on both, and then the white midsole with the air bubble right there. Still sticking to the medial side, but a different view just so you can see the toe box. The cracking on the rep right here, again, is more apparent than the one on the retail right here on the right. Now this does, I want to say, probably change with wear, and it's also all across the board different. You'll get pairs that is more cracked and less cracked and stuff like that on reps and retails. So this is just this specific comparison right here. All right, so I don't know about you guys, but personally, I don't have a whole lot of good luck when it comes to winning sneakers on the sneakers app. Now this changed when I got this pair. I was stoked beyond belief because I think this colorway is really, really dope. Now a lot of people call these the Broke Man Friends and Family Cactus Jack Mocha 4s, which I can see just because of the colorway and it is the Jordan 4, but they added little details to make it its own kind of shoe and its own standout appearance. Now this cracked aging effect, in my opinion, and as far as my knowledge, it's one of the first times we really saw it on the Jordans as far as like that artificial aging and cracked. We see it on the Jordan 1 Lost and Founds and the Alma Meniere and just almost every other release now, which, don't get me wrong, it's really, really dope, but it was first seen on these, at least in my eyes that I can recall. And I wouldn't be mad if they made the whole uppers this nice soft taupe suede, but because they added that cracked effect, it definitely makes it its own shoe, and I really, really respect that. Alright guys, I think that's it for me today. Just like always, I really appreciate you guys coming over to the channel and hanging out for a bit. Till next time, I'm Taupe for Kicks. Peace.